Okay. Uh, the best moment of my life. Um, well, if it were a contest, I would have to decide between two moments. But for the sake of I guess uh, really, I'll just eliminate one because it's just a little bit more personal and sexual. So I'll tell you guys about the other one, which is probably more uh, interesting and unique and story worthy, anyways. So, uh, so it was like some weekend, in the summer, and my best friend had moved away uh, to this like small town, you know, and my group of friends, we really missed them, and all of a sudden this weekend, his mom, he just lived with his mom. She was gonna go away for the whole weekend, and this time period coincided with when we started experimenting with marijuana, and so it worked out perfect because we were young. This was sophomore year in high school, and we were like, we were just getting into weed, and experimenting with like that, and we were excited to see my friend, so we go there. And we build this enormous water bong, and we smoke, and we're having a good time. All of a sudden, one of the guys, he says, "Hey guys, I want to show you what I've been learning in this college course I'm taking." And we're like, "What?" and he's like, "It's I wanna hypnotize you guys." And we're like, "Oh my god, we're going crazy." And he's like, "No, okay, let's go to the living room." And he's like, "I'm gonna need your cooperation for this to work." So we're like, "All right, let's do this." Like, and we were all really into it, and basically he pseudo hypnotized us. And what happened was he was like describing the scene once we were all hypnotized, but all of a sudden, like, he started talking about this one, like, he started like zooming in on like details, and all of a sudden, like, he started speaking faster and faster, and he started just doing like word association. Have you ever played the game where like say I say a word, and you have to say the first word that you can think of, and then I have to say the word that word makes me think of. He was just like speaking like that. He was just like, keyboard shifts, white ivory, elephant, Africa plain, spear, whatever, stuff like that. He was speaking like that while we were hypnotized, and then he like woke up, and like we all like woke up, and we're like, what the fuck? And that was sweet. Oh my god, and we were like going ballistic, and like he did it again, and this time like he like jumped straight into that mode, and he just started like spewing these words, and he started speaking in like word association format, and it was just like the most amazing thing, because like at least for me, it was like I was like channeling into his like subconscious mental pathways, and so that whole night we just took turns standing up while the others would just like lay down and listen, and like go into this mode where we would just speak this way, and it was just like ridiculous. I felt like I had just you know discovered something about the way communication works, or something, or the way the subconscious works, or it was just something very, very communication on a very primitive, very primordial level. It was just very cool. And then that night after that, we just like ate. Or maybe before that, I don't know, after, before, I don't remember, but like we just went on the balcony and just like we had ordered like $50 worth of Wendy's, and like we just grubbed and just we ate ice cream and like chanted like eating songs that we would make up, and look off, in the distance, and like we could like see objects, how to like kind of like how you like find object like shapes in the clouds and stuff. So we did that, and then the next morning, we woke up and like we were just in the greatest mood, and we're like, yo, let's drive to Grand Haven. Grand Haven is like this little town on Lake Michigan, and we're like, let's just go there, like we're like, yeah, okay. So like we drove, and it was like we had the windows down, like the music up, and the wind was blowing in. The day was just perfect, and like it was a beautiful ride. We're just like making jokes and just laid back, and we get there to the beach. There's no one on the beach, and like the water's freezing, but like and like we're playing frisbee and stuff. And then like we decide to go in the lake, and we just like we all get in there, and it's freezing, but after we get in, it's just like the most refreshing, beautiful physical sensation, and we're just there and just enjoying like that moment. And the ride back was more of the same. I remember just like laying back, I had my arms crossed, and like I have my feet outside the window, and like just the music, and that was just the most beautiful movie like day. So that was really cool, and it really was a defining moment in my life. I like started like thinking about lots of things differently and stuff. So yep. I want to click it. I want to stop.